I love the title of the summit, The Spirit of SEL. Um, and my path is a little interesting because a lot of people were in the SEL field and then brought mindfulness in, and I was really rooted in the mindfulness world and then moved into the SEL field. And I think I'm one of the only people out there that, I have two published books, one in the mindfulness and education world and one in the SEL world. So my passion is really integrating and bringing mindfulness and SEL together. And if you go to my website, I've written an article about that powerful synergy, bringing mindfulness and SEL together. For me, mindfulness is what can really support us in being embodied. And mindfulness, folks, is not just about stress reduction. It can help reduce stress, but it is about embodiment. My teacher, Larry Ward, talks about how it is a way in which we enhance our nervous systems. And so for me, mindfulness is a foundational piece of social and emotional learning. And there's increasingly more and more research. And there's still a lot we don't know. It's still, particularly with young people, there's still a lot that we're trying to, uncover. But what we do know is that when adults in particular have a regular practice, and they are more embodied, the number one predictor in student acquisition of SEL skills is the teacher's embodiment of these skills and competencies. You can't teach what you don't have. And one of my former teaching colleagues, Adele Camera, says, the unwritten curriculum is the teacher's presence. And so mindfulness for me is such a powerful component. And I'm reminded by these 4 questions the late, great Dr. Maya Angelou said we are always asking each other at all times unconsciously. And the first is, do you see me? Right? And we know that we see not just with our eyes, but with our hearts. The second question is, do you care that I'm here? The third question, am I enough for you, or do you need for me to be better in some way? And the fourth question, can I tell that I'm special by the way that you look at me? Now, we can't answer those questions if we are not present with our full presence. So mindfulness for me is absolutely foundational, and really, really important. An important component in the social and emotional learning world. And, just to give you a more concrete example, with students, it's really hard to build emotional literacy if we're not able to do the internal work of really recognizing emotion first of all, feeling into sensations, recognizing an emotion when it arises, and really understanding, what does that feel like in my body, right? So for me, mindfulness is incredibly important in getting us out of here and getting us into our bodies. And that's where another area in which I'm really excited for the field to evolve is that particular area around these embodiment practices that really have the power to transform and enhance our nervous system. So we are not only better able to learn, but that we're cultivating greater well-being in our lives.